Hello, welcome to module number 4 of Enterprise Networking, Security, and Automation. So our topic for this module is about ACL concepts or Access Control List. So the objective of this module is to explain how the Access Control List filter traffic, explain how the Access Control List use wildcard mask, explain how to create an access list, and compare standard and extended IPv4 access control list. So what is an ACL? So yung ACL daw is a series of iOS command that are used to filter packet based on the information found in the packet header. So by default, a router does not have any ACL configured. So ibig sabihin nun, kapag ka nag-ping kayo from one network to another, i-allow ni router yan, lalo na kung merong route going to the destination. Pero kung nakapaglagay na tayo ng ACL, yan, may additional task si router. Yan. So i-evaluate niya yung packet na yon, kung yung bang packet na yon should be forwarded or discarded. An access control list use a sequential list of permit and deny statements known as the access control entries. Access control entries are also commonly called ACL statement. When network traffic passes through an interface configured with an ACL, the router compares the information within the packet against each access control entry. Possibly kasi meron tayong 2 or more statement na ginawa para mag-decide yung router natin na i-forward or i-drop yung packet in a sequential order. Yan. So babasahin niyo yan from top to bottom. Yan. To determine if the packet matches one of the ACEs. So this process daw is also called packet filtering. Several tasks performed by routers require the use of ACLs to identify traffic. Yan. To limit network traffic to increase the network performance, provide traffic flow control, provide a basic level of security for network access, filter traffic based on traffic type, screen host to permit or deny access to network services, provide priority to a certain classes of network traffic. Packet filtering controls access to a network by analyzing the incoming and or outgoing packets and forwarding them or discarding them based on the given criteria. Packet filtering can occur at layer 3 or layer 4. Yan, tandaan nyo sa OSI reference model yan, di ba, yung network layer saka transport layer. Cisco routers support 2 types of access control list. Yan, meron tayong tinatawag na standard access control list. Itong ACL na to only filter at layer 3 using the source IPv4 address only. Yun lang yung kanyang requirements, or parameter. Extended access control list filter at the layer 3 using the source and or destination IPv4 address. They can also filter at the layer 4 using the TCP UDP port number and optional protocol type information for finer control. Access control list define the set of rules that give added control for packet that enter inbound interface, packet that relay through the router, and a packet that exit outbound interfaces of the router. Access control list can be configured to apply to inbound traffic or outbound traffic. Take note that ACL do not act on packet that originate from the router itself. So ibig sabihin yung mga traffic na kunyari ginamit nyo si router to ping its own IP address, or from the router ipiping ninyo yung mga devices na nakakonect sa kanya, hindi nag-a-apply yung ACL na yon sa router na panggagalingan ng traffic. An inbound ACL filters packet before they are routed to the outbound interface. An inbound ACL is efficient daw, no, because it saves the overhead of routing lookups if the packet is discarded. So ibig sabihin yan yung pinakamagandang gamitin. Yan. Kasi nga doon pa lang papasok pa lang yung yung packet, either i-drop niya na or i-permit niya, no. Hindi kagaya ng pumasok muna yung packet natin sa inbound interface, tapos magde-decide yung router sa ako ipo-forward niya doon sa, or i-route na muna niya sa kabilang interface, tapos ipo-forward niya or i-discard niya. So ibig sabihin nakapasok na doon sa router mo, no, nagra-routing process ka na, tapos only to find out na i-discard mo lang naman pala yung yung packet. Ayan. So the best yung yung filtering kapag nandito tayo sa inbound, kasi nakaka-save tayo ng ng bandwidth, saka yung CPU cycle ng router. An outbound ACL filters packet after being routed, regardless of the inbound interface. When an ACL is applied to an interface, it follows a specific operating procedure. Here are the operational steps used when the traffic has entered a router interface with an inbound standard IPv4 ACL configured. The router extracts the source IPv4 address from the packet header. The router starts at the top of the ACL and compare the source IPv4 address to each access control entry, in a sequential order. When a match is made, the router carries out the instruction either permitting or denying the packet and the remaining aces in the ACL, if any are not analyzed. So ibig sabihin, kung meron ka apat na access control entries, doon pa lang sa una nakita niya na may match na, ignore niya na yun nando sa ibaba, If the source IPv4 address does not match any aces in the access control list, the packet is discarded because there is an implicit deny ace automatically applied to all access control list. So ibig sabihin, kung naglagay ka ng apat na access control list statement manually, automatic merong implicit deny all. And any other traffic na hindi mo in-specify doon sa iyong statement, kunyari merong isang IP address na hindi mo na-specify, automatic yun, deny yun. Ayan. Ayun yung rule niya, So ibig sabihin, kahit di ka pa naglalagay ng access list statement, meron na talaga siyang implicit deny any. So the last ace statement of ACL is always an implicit deny, that blocks all traffic. It is hidden and not displayed in the configuration. Take note, an ACL must have at least one permit statement, otherwise all traffic will be denied due to the implicit deny access control entry statement. So meron tayong wildcard mask na pag-uusapan dito, actually meron na kayong meron na kayong idea regarding sa wildcard mask doon po sa ating OSPF configuration, Same lang yun dito sa access control list. Yan. A wildcard mask is similar to a subnet mask in that it uses an ANDing process to identify which bits in an IPv4 address to match. Kaya lang, unlike subnet mask in which yung binary 1 is equals to a match and the binary 0 is not a match, in a wildcard mask the reverse is true. An IPv4 ACES uses 32-bit wildcard mask to determine which bits of the address to examine for a match. A wildcard mask use the following rules to match binary 1s and 0s. Sa kanya, yung wildcard mask bit 0, match the corresponding bit value in the address. Kunyari, meron kang 192.168.1.100. Tapos meron kang wildcard mask na 000 or tatlong 0, tapos yung huli ay 255. Ang titignan ng router kasi doon yung 192, yung 168, yung 1. Yan, yung host portion mo, i-ignore niya na yun. So wildcard mask bit 1, ignore the corresponding bit value in the address. Yan. So example, no? Yan yung wildcard mask na quad 0. Yan, na last octet in binary. Tignan na lang natin, no? Ito, focus na lang tayo dito. Means yung 0 match, 1 ignore. Yan. Ibig sabihin dito sa portion pa lang na to, no, it will match all octets, no. So ibig sabihin naglagay ka 192, 168, 1.100. Yun ang specify mo. Stricto si router doon, no. Dapat 192, 168, 100 yung makikita niyang address. Yan. Ito naman 00063. Yan. Ito pong port octet, no, ginawang binary. Tingnan nyo maigi, no, dalawang 0 dito. Match the first 3. So match the first 3 octets. Okay, match the 2 leftmost bits of the last octet. Ignore the last 6 bits. Okay, dito naman tayo sa 0015, ano. It match the first 3 octet, match the 4 leftmost bits of the last octet, and ignore the last 4 bits of the last octet. So 248 naman. Okay, match the first 3 octet, ignore the 6 leftmost bits, no, of the last octet, match the last 2 bits. Yan, ito common, nakikita natin, no, 00255. It will match the first 3 octet and ignore the last octet. So wildcard to match a host, no. Yan, i-assume daw natin, no, an ACL number 10, may numbering kasi yan, no, pag-uusapan pa natin yan. Needs an access control entry that only permits the host with an IP address of 192.168.1.1. Ibig sabihin gusto niya na yan lang yung ipi-permit, eksaktong IP address. Recall that 0 equals a match, no, and 1 equals ignore. To match a specific host or host IPv4 address, ang wildcard mask natin dito quad 0. When the ACE is processed, the wildcard mask will permit only this specific IP address. So the resulting ACE in the access control 10 would be access list 10 permit 192.168.1.1 quad 0. So wildcard mask to match an IPv4 subnet. Ibig sabihin subnetted or naka BLSM, ano. ACL10 need an access control entry that permits all hosts, no, in the 192.168.1.0/24 network. So the wildcard mask is 00255. Yan. Stipulates that the very first 3 octet must match exactly, but the fourth octet does not. When processed, the wildcard mask 0.0.0255 permits all hosts in the 192.168.1.0/24. Ito po yung ilalagay na entry, ano? Yan, ito po yung ilalagay na entry dun sa router. Access list number 10 permit 192.168.1.0/00255. So wildcard mask to match an IPv4 address range, no. Yan, dito kunyari yung administrator daw, no, gustong gumawa ng access control list number 10, pero pag sasama-samahin niya to, no, tingnan niyo maigi, 192.168.16/24 17/24 to 31. So ginawa niya rito, convert niya yan sa sa binary, no. Convert niya sa binary. Yan, tapos pinagtapat-tapat yung mga address na yan, tapos tinignan kung saan yung huling bits, no, naging consistent sila para makuha yung yung subnet mask. So sige, gawin natin, no, sa mousepad, no. So yung ayan, yung 192. Tapos 16. Yung 17, no? Kopyahin na lang natin siguro to. So ibig sabihin nito hanggang 31, no? 17, 18, 19, 20. Ito 17. 18, no? Pwede na naman natin ilagay dito yung ano all binary 1 niya no? Kunin muna natin yung magiging subnet mask nito, no? Yan, kasi tandaan nyo, /24 lahat yan, /24, 24, 24, 24. Pero isa-summarize natin. Kumbaga parang yung route summarization, no? Yan. So, using the ANDing process, no? Or sa subnet mask, no? Yan. So, ito. Same bits is equals to 1 ito sorry. Yan. Kung makikita nyo, puro consistent yung bits na yan, di ba? Kunyari 1 1 1 0 0 0, magkakatapat yan so yung pinakahuling bits na consistent tayo, doon tayo titigil ng binary 1. Kasi ito hindi na consistent yung 0 0 0 1, di ba? Kalimutan ko kung ito ay by XOR, no? Sa logic gates. Yan. Tumigil tayo dito no? Sa pinakahuling consistent yung bits niya. Nirepresent natin na binary 1 yung magkakatapat na yan, naputol tayo dito kasi the rest hindi na siya consistent. So ibig sabihin dito magte-take effect na rin yung 0 dito, no? So ngayon kapag ito ay binilang natin 8 plus 8 slash 16, no? Slash 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So yung summary nito slash 20, no? Kasi 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 slash 20. So yung summary address, ang magiging summary address natin, no? Mag-uumpisa tayo doon sa pinaka given na address, no? Which is 192.168.16.0. Yan ay pinaka summary ng lahat. Okay, kasi parehas tayo dito ng ng base na binary value 16. Okay, so ibig sabihin gagawa ka ng access control list na ito lang ilalagay mo, pero tatamaan yung 192.168, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 hanggang 31. Okay, slash 20. So ngayon kunin natin yung wildcard mask ng slash 20. Diba sa wildcard mask gumagamit tayo ng 32-bit minus the subnet mask, no? Kaya ang summary subnet mask natin ay 240.0. So ang wildcard mask natin ay 0 0. So dito kasi ang ating increment ay 16 minus 1 15, or pagka minus niya 15 yan, no? 255. Tama ito yung nakalagay dito. Again, no, itong statement lang na to will take effect sa network 16 hanggang 31. Ayan. Range, no? Ayan, yung range of addresses. So calculating wildcard mask can be challenging. One shortcut method is to subtract the subnet mask, no? Yun na lang gamitin nyo, no? Subtract nyo na lang po siya sa all 32 bits, no? Yan. So, naalala nyo kanina, di ba? Specific host, quad 0. Okay? Tapos, kunyari, all binary 1 naman, no? 25, all 255 yung wildcard mask, no? Pwedeng 0 or all 255. Pwedeng gamitan niya ng keyword. Okay? Sige, sample tayo. Kunyari, dito muna tayo sa specific host, no? Kunyari ako, gagawa ko ng access list. Access list, kunyari 99. Any number naman yan eh. Basta pag-uusapan pa naman natin yan. Tapos permit, kunyari 10.10.10.10 0, 0, 0, 0. Yan yung wildcard mask niya. Ang ginagawa ng ating iOS router ay ganito, no? Ginagawa niya yung host. Ito, ginagawa niya host yan. So, katumbas din siya ng ganitong command. Yan, isa lang yan. So, ito kasi pagka ginawa ninyo, i-convert niya sa host yung wildcard mask na yan. Pero parehas lang ibig sabihin yan. I-permit yung exact IP address na 10.10.10.10. Okay, ano naman yung isa, no? Any ang tawag dun eh. Yan, kunyari. So, access list. 99 din, no? Permit 192.168.1.10. Yan, parang naglagay ka pa ng ng access list, pero i-ignore mo lang din naman pala ito, di ba? Okay. Anyway, meron talagang sitwasyon na magamit yan. Equivalent yan sa ganito. Permit any nalalagay mo. So balikan natin, no? So the Cisco iOS provides two keywords to identify the most common uses of wildcard masking. The two keywords are host. This keyword substitute for the quad 0 wildcard mask. This mask state that all IPv4 address bits must match to filter just one host address. Any. This keyword substitute for the 255, 255, 255, 255 wildcard mask. This mask says to ignore the entire IPv4 address or to accept any addresses. So guideline, no? For access control list creation. There is a limit, no, on the number of access lists that can be applied on a router interface. For example daw, a dual stack IPv4 IPv6 router interface can have up to 4 access control list applied. Specifically, no, a router interface can have 1 outbound IPv4 ACL, 1 inbound IPv4 ACL, 1 inbound IPv6 ACL, and 1 outbound IPv6 access list. Pero tandaan nyo, no, sa isang access list niyan pwedeng multiple entries yan, no? Pwedeng 4 na statement, no? Pwedeng kunyari sa outbound na to 4 na statement nilagay mo, 3 statement, 2 statement, no? Ibig sabihin pwedeng multiple statement sa loob ng isang kunyari outbound or inbound, no? Take note, ACL do not have to be configured, no, in both direction. Yan. So the number of ACL and their direction applied to the interface will depend on the security policy of the organization. Kaya pinag-uusapang maigi muna, no? Usually nagmi-meeting dito yung mga department heads, no, kasama yung network security administrator, may HR pa nga yan eh. Kasi pag-uusapan nila ano ba ang mga dapat o hindi dapat ma-access ng bawat users, no? Yan. So mahaba-habang meeting yan, no? Hanggang sa makapag-come up sila ng final na policy, ano. Yung policy na yun, paglalaroan muna nila sa isang environment, usually virtualized o kaya simulator kagaya ng Packet Tracer. Okay, hindi mo na basta-basta i-configure yan directly sa running network. Yan, pag-aaralan muna nila yan. Kailangan meron kang prototyping, no? Okay, kapag kapulido na yan doon, no, whether you use yung emulator, no, then saka na nila i-apply ito sa physical network environment. Kung sakali ang physical network environment nag-ooperate, mayroon trabaho, no, usually ginagawa nila ito pagkatapos ng office hours, no. Yan, minsan graveyard, no, gabi ginagawa, no, yung pag-apply ng security policies, no. Kung wala pang security policy yung isang organization, or swerte kung kabubuo pa lang ng network, wala pang masyadong mga empleyado o wala pang empleyado, no. Yan, kumbaga lilipat pa lang yan kapag na-apply na yung security policy. Yan, at least wala kang maapektuhang operation nun. Using access list, no, requires attention to detail and great care. Mistakes can be costly in terms of downtime, troubleshooting effort, and poor network service. Basic planning is required, no, before configuring an access control list. Base access list on the organizational security policy. This will ensure you implement organizational security guideline. Write out what you want the ACL to do. So this will help you avoid inadvertently creating potential access problem. Parang kang gumagawa ng ng letter na may mga grammar no, pattern, di ba? Use text editor to create, edit, and save all your ACL. Yan, gagawin natin yan sa susunod na na module, no, yung configuration. This will help you create a library of reusable ACL. Pag kasi sinabing reusable, no, pwede kasing mali yung una mong ginawa, pero meron ka ng isang buong statement, papalitan mo lang kung dati ay permit, palitan mo lang ng deny, ganyan. Madali mo siya i-edit, no? Document access control list using the remark command. Remember, no, doon sa paglalagay natin ng IP address sa interface ng router or switch, di ba, naglalagay tayo ng description. Kunyari, link to R1. Yan, parang ganun, no? Ang purpose ng remarks is sinasabi mo ano yung purpose ng ACL na yan. Yan. This will help you and others to understand the purpose of access control entry. Test access control list on the development network before implementing them, no, on a production network. This will help you avoid costly errors, no? So pag-usapan natin, no, yung two types of IPv4 access control list. There are two types, no, of IPv4 access control list. Yan, standard ACL. This permit or deny packet based only on the source IPv4 address. Extended ACL. This permit or deny packet based on the source IPv4 address, the destination IPv4 address, protocol type. Pag sinabi mong protocol type, pwede yung TCP, UDP, ICMP, ganyan, di ba? Source and destination, TCP, UDP port number, and more, no? So ibig sabihin granular yan, no? Mas makapag-filter ka ng maigi dyan sa extended ACL. So sa implementation yan, no, sa implementation ng ACL natin, whether standard or extended, meron tayong tinatawag na numbered, no, numbered or name. Yan, kagaya nito, numbered ACL. Ayan, ACL numbered 1 to 99. Sa standard IPv4 ACL po yung ginagamit, no. Kaya nga nakita nyo example ni Cisco, access list 1 or access list 10. Ako ginamit ko 99 kasi standard ACL yun. Ito namang 1,300, 1,999 ginagamit yan ng ng service provider. Yan, Sa service provider environment yan. Pero considered as standard ACL yan. Yan. While access control list number 100 to 199, saka yung 2,000 to 2,699 are extended ACL. So ito yung 2,000 to 2,699 sa service provider environment yan ginagamit, no? Usually dito sa ating laboratory or sa maliit na network, either 1 to 99 or 100 to 199, no? Okay, so kapag kayo ay gumamit ng access dash list question mark, makikita nyo po yung option dito, no? Meron din naman pong name, no? Kung ayaw nyo po ng number, pwede naman name. Kagandahan ng name, nilalagay nyo po kung ano yung purpose ng ACL. Wala siyang limit, no? Yan, hindi kagaya ng number, no? 1 to 99 lang, di ba? So name ACL are the preferred method to use when configuring access list. Specifically, standard and extended ACL can be named to provide information about the purpose of the access control list. For example, naming an extended ACL FTP-filter, hindi naman strict ito sa sa case ng letter, no? Pwede kasing lowercase yan, pero kapag ka nag all caps kayo dito, yan dito sa pangalan ng ACL, pagka nag show run kayo, kitang-kita siya. Yan, madali niyo siya mababasa, no? Ayan. So, this naming ACL, no, is far better than having a number, no? Kaya lang ibang command yan, no? Ang command ay IP access list, tapos whether extended or standard, tapos yung pangalan po ng inyong access list. Doon po sa numbered kasi access dash list number. Saan ba ina-apply ang ating ACL? Now consider this this topology. Okay, so halimbawa lang. Okay, so halimbawa ang source ng traffic natin ito 192.168.11.0/24, yan yung source natin. Tapos ang sabi yung 11.0 dapat hindi daw makapasok dito sa network, hindi makapasok sa network, or hindi niya maping yung network 192.168.30.0. Okay, kung standard ACL po ang gagamitin natin, okay, take note ang source ng traffic natin nandito tayo sa R1, ang destination natin nandito sa R3. Kung standard ACL, dito ka maglalagay sa R3. Okay, kaya lang pag-aaralan mo pa kung dito ba sa serial, sa gigabit, or dito sa kabila, no? Yun yung pag-aaralan nyo dyan, no? Kaya trial and error yan, no? Minsan. Okay, kaya tinetest po, no? Yan. So pero ang placing natin kapag standard ACL, nearest to the destination. Okay, every ACL should be placed where it has the greatest impact on efficiency. Standard access control list should be located as close to the destination as possible. Kung ang gagamitin nyo naman daw po ay extended ACL, kunyari ito pa rin yung source natin, si 192.168.11.0, ipiprevent natin na maping yung 30.0. Kung ikaw ay si extended, or kung si extended ACL daw yan, sa source router natin siya i-configure nearest to the source, no? Extended ACL should be located as close as possible to the source of the traffic to be filtered. Factors influencing the ACL placement, no? Ano ba yung dahilan kung bakit kunyari, no, bakit extended ang ating or bakit nearest to the source tayo? Halimbawa, ikaw yung administrator dito sa MFI, no? Ibablock mo yung mga user natin to certain website. Okay, alangan namang punta mo pa yung mga company like YouTube, Facebook, at iba pa, doon mo i-apply yung access list, 'di ba? Wala kang karapatan doon, 'di ba? So usually dito lang tayo sa loob ng MFI, so extended ang gagamitin natin. the extent of organizational control. Placement of the ACL can depend on whether or not the organization has control of both the source and destination network. Bandwidth of the network involved. It may be desirable to filter unwanted traffic at the source to prevent transmission of bandwidth consuming traffic. Ease of configuration. It may be easier to implement an ACL at the destination, but traffic will use bandwidth unnecessarily. An extended ACL could be used on each router where the traffic originated. This would save bandwidth by filtering the traffic at the source, but it would require creating extended ACLs on multiple routers. Okay, so balikan natin to. Kung saan nilalagay kung inbound or outbound. Yan. Example muna is standard ACL. In the figure, the administrator want to prevent traffic originating in the 10.0 network from accessing or reaching 30.0/24. Following the basic placement guideline, the administrator would place the standard ACL on router 3. Although yung example ko kanina 11. There are two possible interfaces on R3 to apply the standard ACL para dito sa destination. Pwedeng dito sa serial, sa inbound interface ni R3, or sa gigabit 000 gigabit 00 outbound interface. So the standard ACL can be applied inbound on the router 3 S011 interface to deny traffic from 192.168.10 network. However, it would also filter that 10 traffic to the 192.168.30.10. Ibig sabihin, kung deny nilagay mo dyan, deny na rin siya sa kabila. Therefore, the standard ACL should not be applied to this interface. Pwede nyo practicein yan. Okay, make sure na may routing muna, nagpiping, saka kayo maglalagay ng ACL. R3, gigabit 000 interface outbound. So the standard ACL can be applied outbound on the R3 G00 interface. This will not affect other network that are reachable by R3. Packets from 10 network will still be able to reach the .31 network. So this is the best interface to place the standard ACL to meet the traffic requirements. Kung extended naman po, ang gagamitin natin, same pa rin naman yung scenario. Ang source pa rin natin is I think ang source dito ay 11. Teka lang extended ACL should be located as close to the source as possible. However, the organization can only place ACL on devices that they control. Therefore, the extended ACL placement must be determined in the context of where organizational control extend. In this figure daw, for example, Company A. Si Company A wants to deny Telnet and FTP traffic to Company B. Company B 30 network from their 11.0 network. So, dito natin siya i-apply. Okay, ibig sabihin nito, ipipilter natin si 11.0 para hindi makapag-telnet dito kay Company B. Yan. So, ang tanong is, saan ba siya i-apply? Inbound or outbound interface ng router 1? An extended ACL on router 3 would accomplish the task, but the administrator does not control R3. In addition, the solution allows unwanted traffic to cross the entire network, only to be blocked at the destination. This solution is to place the extended ACL on router 1 that specifies both source and destination address. There are two possible interfaces on R1 to apply the extended ACL. R1 S010 outbound interface, kunyari diyan mo nilagay, The extended ACL can be applied outbound or on the S010 interface. This solution will process all packets leaving R1, including packet from 10.0. R1 G001 interface inbound. The extended ACL can be applied inbound on the G001, and only packets from the 11.0 network are subject to ACL processing on R1 because the filter is to be limited to only those packets leaving 11.0 network. Applying the extended ACL to G001 is the best solution. Okay, so yun yung concept, ano. Of course, sa next module natin yung example configuration, no? I hope kahit paano dito sa ating module na to, naunawaan ninyo yung purpose or usage, no, ng access control list. So maraming salamat, no, sa inyong pakikinig, at please read your your curriculum, at kung meron dong mga packet tracer activity, please do so, no, to enhance your knowledge, no. Again, maraming salamat.